Boom, 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 boom. 20 bucks. 20 bucks. On the line for 20 bucks. They keep on playing. Nobody's paying. More than some nickels and some dimes. Boom, ba-dum, boom. Hi guys, it's your boy out of Montreal. And great news, they've got a new album coming out. I can't wait. Oh, so welcome everybody. I'm Maggie, Mrs. Calabash. So come into my kitchen. It's nice and the weather's gorgeous. So let's have a good time. Today we're going to be making a Molé ground beef. This is it's like a chili with it's typically Mexican, cooking with dark chocolate, and it brings out the flavour of the meat. I love it. Hot and spicy black-eyed peas. Well, I'm using black beans today because I had black beans in the cupboard. So, and this is one of my favourite. It's one of my favourite bean dishes. And a quick dessert. It's a 5-minute chocolate pot. It's like a little chocolate mousse. So we'll leave that there because I don't need that recipe over here. So come back to the stove with me. And you can see I've got everything laid out. And so we're going to start with the ground beef. And I'm making half this recipe because it makes, it serves between 6 and 8. So, and there's only the two of us. So I've got a little oil in here. And actually today I'm using chili oil. I make my own chili oil. I've got chilies, whole chilies and some ground chilies in there. And I pour the oil on, keep it on the back of the stove. And when it gets down to the bottom, just top it up a little bit. And then you've got the chili oil. And so ground beef, I'm just going to, this is a lean ground beef. So there shouldn't be an awful lot of fat out of the beef, but we'll see. So have the skillet. I knew my oil was hot because I just had it heating up. And if you see what I do, I put my hand over the top and then I can tell when it's hot. If you put your ingredients, whatever onions, meat, into oil that's not hot, all that oil gets absorbed into the food, and that's not what you're looking for. If you're using a regular beef, or sometimes even a medium ground beef. Funny enough, they do have more flavour than the low fat, the lean beef. Then when we get it just browned like this, have a container and just pour off the excess, if there's any excess fat in there. But I like to keep the juices in here, and I'm going to add the onion at this stage. I like to cook it with the meat always, and then it absorbs the flavour. There we are. Let's just cook that like that. And I've got some garlic and chopped ginger here. I'm going to add that now because I want the garlic and ginger to cook and really flavour the meat. There. I don't know if you can hear the dogs in the background. Something set them up. They're nice and comfortable. They've got the television on upstairs. They've got a bed. Talk about spoilt brats. There we are. But they want to be down here with me, or with us. Benny and Cokie might, but the other two would be up here. I wouldn't be able to move. So there we are. That's cooking nicely. And this one's got quite a lot of spices. It's got, look, can you see that, Derek? Ah, the pot's hot. Can you see that? Yeah. It's hot. It's got chili powder, my own chili powder. I'll put the recipe up for you. Smoked paprika, cinnamon, cayenne pepper, just a little, depending on, now this is negotiable, is the cayenne pepper, and oregano. It smells gorgeous. Let's have a look. Paprika, dried oregano, oh, and cumin. And I'm going to add this now to this mixture, just so that we can fry off the spices and just keep stirring until they smell aromatic. Now, the chili powder that I make, my own recipe, does actually have cocoa powder in to give that nice sweetness. Oh, now then, we've got, I'm going to put these in next. These are the sweet peppers and a little jalapeno. Again, with the jalapeno, you can or cannot put a little jalapeno in with this one. I've just added a little jalapeno. That's to choice. And very often the jalapenos these days have no hotness to them at all. I'm still using the ones out of the garden that Derek grew in the summer. So I just added a little jalapeno. Again, that's personal choice. Sesame seeds. Now with the sesame seeds, if you've got somebody coming, as you've heard before, just make sure that they're not allergic to sesame seeds. If they are, leave out the sesame seeds. It just adds a nice bit of flavour to it. I've got some cooking sherry here. I'm going to add the cooking sherry to it. Now, the chocolate, turn down the heat. This is dark chocolate. Use dark chocolate for this. When I made this with the children, as you've heard me talk before, some of the little boys, it was the little boys, obviously, they wanted to, they were jumping up and down. We've got to taste the chocolate. So I said, okay, come up to the front and I'll cut you. Anybody that wants to try the chocolate, come up to the front and we'll try the chocolate. Well, they got it in the mouths and went, I said, the garbage can is over there. I said, this is not your normal eating chocolate. Well, miss, why are we putting it in? So, yeah, had to explain. They weren't very old. They were about 6 to 8 years old. And they were making this, yeah, and they loved it. A little tomato sauce. I've used sieved tomatoes for this because I like the flavour of the sieved tomatoes. There we go. Corn. I'm sticky now. This is some cooked corn. I've had to use frozen corn. You can use canned corn. And in summer, obviously fresh corn. There we are. And a little stuffed olives. Again, if you're having friends over, I've got a friend who's allergic to olives. So if I make anything like this, I just put the olives in a little dish at the front. We're going to check that for seasoning because we've not got any salt and pepper in there at this stage. So I think it's going to need a little seasoning. Oh yeah. Just make sure I've got everything. I'm just going through the list. Sesame seeds, chili powder, smoked paprika, oregano. Yep, yep, yep. This is where I like to have a check, and I have a checklist as I weigh things up, because I really do have a memory like a sieve. I think it's comes with old age, and I'm very good at leaving out an ingredient. So let me have another taste. That is better. I'm not going to add any more spice or salt and pepper until we've finished cooking, because as it cooks, the flavours come out. And you can always add to it, but you can't take them away. I'm putting that over there like that. Put the lid on like that, and just let that cook gently. It doesn't take long to cook. Sometimes if I've got all day and I'm not going to eat this until the evening, I'll put it on, use one of my heavy pots, turn the heat when it gets to this stage right down low, and just let it simmer for the whole day. It's hardly cooking, but it enhances the flavour. I love it like that. Now, the black-eyed peas. I have a little bacon fat in here, left over from when I cooked the bacon. Again, this is a very quick and easy recipe. I've cooked the bacon and it's all cooked, and so it can be crumbled and put over the top for garnish. Now, if you're vegetarian, obviously leave that out and use a canola oil for this. Onion, a sweet onion. I like a sweet onion in this one. But don't go out and just buy a sweet onion. Just use whatever. I think the chili powder is getting to me. My eyes are watering. I'm wanting to sneeze. I'm putting it off. Let's just give that a quick stir. Oh, lovely. Okay, we just want to soften these. I've rinsed I'm using black beans today. I rinse the canning juices off and just drain them. In here again, I've got some sweet red pepper and a little jalapeno. And this can actually be eaten hot or cold. I've missed something out of a vital ingredient of the Molé, and that's a little smoke. And I'm making half the recipe, so let me just check how much I need. Boom, I've lost it. Smoke. Am I correct? I've got smoked paprika. Let me just check. Black-eyed peas. Oh no, it's in the black-eyed peas. I've redeemed myself. And so I only need half a teaspoon, if I'm correct, a quarter of a teaspoon of the liquid smoke. You can leave this out, but it just adds something to it. You don't need a lot. Quarter of a teaspoon seems very, very small, but believe you me, you can smell it. Can you smell it, Derek?
Not yet.
Oh, not yet. No. A little soy sauce. And this is the spices that go in there. And it's, again, chili powder and mustard, ground mustard seed, dried mustard. I always I don't buy the mustard powder. I just buy the ground mustard, the mustard seeds, and then just grind them in my spice grinder. And then the mustard powder's nice and fresh. Again, now let's taste. Mmm. Oh, it's got a lovely smoky flavour to it. A little salt and pepper. In fact, I'm going to add a drop more. I'm going to add 1/8 of a teaspoon. There we are. I'm just going to add 1/8 of a teaspoon to it.
Wouldn't that be a half? 2/4?
It's 1/4 and 1/8. 2/4 make a half.
Okay.
Higher mathematics, you see. You see, I get checked. So that is cooking. I'm going to turn that on the back burner. It's not come on. Not surprised, I turned the wrong one on. There we are. Turn it down. I want it to be as low as possible. And then, because we want that to cook for about 10 to 15 minutes. Just so that all the ingredients blend together, like that. And excuse me, but I really, the chili powder really has got to me. I have this problem with chili powder, with spices actually. My eyes water and my nose, it starts to run. I apologise. I'm going to wash my hands now. There we are. I'm coming back. When I was manufacturing, I used to make a jelly called hot green pepper jelly, which was vinegar. The base was vinegar, with obviously green peppers and lots of chilies. And when I got that going in the unit, I used to have to open all my windows. We lived in the middle of the country. All the windows were open. The doors were open regardless of the weather, because the smell of the chilies and the vinegar really got to me. And one year we moved, and we moved from about 20 or 30 miles away from one farm to another, and I wanted the chimney swept. And so I phoned the chimney sweep, and it was the same guy that used to do the old chimneys. He said, I knew exactly where you were. He said I could smell it. So that's why we had to live away from neighbours, because I used to make all these savoury jellies and chutneys, and the aroma sort of hung around the area. So everybody knew when I was cooking. So now we're going to make this 5-minute chocolate pot. Again, I'm only going to use half because there's only Derek and Derek's not too keen on it. So I will eat it, which isn't exactly good for my diabetes. So I'm only making a little. So if there's only 2 of you, you can just make a little. And I might have to put this back in again. Yeah. I just started melting the chocolate, as you can see here. Can you see? It's gone stiff. Now I want that to be soft. So I'm going to put it back in again. I'm using a semi-sweet chocolate today. It's up to you. I like Oh, I used to be able to buy a chocolate with coffee in it. Excuse me. I used to be able to buy a chocolate with coffee in Europe, and that was beautiful in this. You could put a little coffee in there, make it a mocha. Anyway, I'm going to just put this in the microwave I'm going to put it in for 15 seconds and keep your fingers crossed. Now, cooking with chocolate is really finicky. It hates humidity. That's why I always melt my chocolate in the microwave, and then I don't get any steam on it. Let's have a look. And I actually went away on a chocolate course in the New Forest, and we always melted the chocolate in the microwave. You have better control. If you haven't got a microwave and you're going to use the basin over a pan, make sure that the basin actually fits over the pan and no water touches the bottom of the bowl. That's very important. Chocolate hates water, hates humidity. I'm going to put it another 10 seconds. And I thought one year I would make chocolate with orange, because I love chocolate orange. I used an orange essence and the chocolate just, boom, it was solid. Doesn't like orange. So if you want to flavour it with a little orange, just grate some orange in there. There you are, you see, that's nice and soft. And the reason why I stir it in between, because with a microwave, it's the atoms bounding off each other which actually cooks the food. So it cooks from the inside out, not like in a conventional cooker that cooks from the outside in. And once chocolate has got overheated, forget it, throw it away. It won't ever come again. I've got a little cream here. I whipped this up a little previously, but let me just give it another quick whip. There we are. And I've got a little cream left over to top it with. Move that over there. So we want to very gently combine the chocolate into the cream. I had a little vanilla essence in there as well, but you could use coffee essence, use whatever you like. So just gently fold in the chocolate. Scrape out as much as you can. That's why I love these little spoons. And now we just gently want to fold. Now, if you want to be fancy, why not serve it like that with swirls in it, rather than it all folded in? Today I want to fold it all in, and I've got some toasted almonds to go on the top, but a macaroon put into the glass. There we are. 2 little glasses. This is a very, very quick and easy dessert to make, because if you've had, I know I've got 2 chocolate, I've got the chocolate Molé and I've got this, but two different uses for the chocolate. There we are. One's got slightly more in than the other, so let's give that, put that over there. Wipe up the mess. And what did I do with my chocolate almonds? I asked myself. I can't find my almonds. Oh well, we're going to have to.
Well, pretend.
We're going to have to pretend. And I've got a bowl with little almonds in it. Never mind. I just pre-whipped this cream, and I just gave it another quick whip, just so that it will stand. A glassy cherry on there, a macaroon. Now, if you're not serving this straight away, put it in the fridge. There we are. The cook's finger is the little finger to clean out the spoons. That's what we were always taught. Don't waste anything. Clean it out. Use your little finger. So I'm going back to the sink. I'm just going to wash my hands again. Just give them a quick rinse. There we are. That's the chocolate mousse. Dessert first. I always like dessert first. So let's go back to the stove. The beans are cooked. That's cooked. As I say, eat these either hot or cold. There we are. The Molé is cooked. Where's my pan stand? Those handles are a little bit warm. There we are. There we go. And we put the Molé in here. Like that. A little, just smooth it out to the side. A little bacon and parsley on the top. Some nice green, like that. And the bacon, the crumbled bacon. Lovely. And that, I like to serve this, I like to serve it with a little rice. I think that's a very English idea. I don't know, but I like to serve it with a little rice. Derek will have probably some noodles with it because not liking the rice. And so please enjoy and welcome next week to Mrs. Calabash. Go on to mrscalabashcooks.com on Facebook, recommend to a friend, and have a gorgeous week. Enjoy the weather, and let's go out listening to Jabor. I'm just going to wipe the mess up around the edge. So I will see you again next week, and thank you for watching. Bye everybody. Be for $20.